What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to be doing my full review for the Dapper Design Ion X. Let's get into it. All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to do the full review of the Dapper Design Ion X. If you're into EDC flashlights and you like to carry them, this is going to be a very interesting option for the full-size spectrum. We're going to do some size comparisons, we'll weigh it, and then we'll talk about both ergos and functionality for this particular piece. So I thought to start it out, I would bring out a couple of other flashlights you may be familiar with. This one is the Olight Warrior Mini 2. And then another full-size comparison is going to be the PowerTech M5 Gen 2. So you can see this is, if you're familiar with these, this is definitely more of a full-sized flashlight. And then as we transition away from the full-size lights, we are going to compare it to the Olight i5T EOS. This one here I would consider more of a medium-sized EDC light, one that you're going to be able to fifth pocket carry, be able to put into one of the art company organizers, and probably max would be the Data Crew What Slide. I currently carry an i3T in that one, but the i5 would fit. It's just going to take up a little bit more room. And then we'll go ahead, leaving the Warrior out here for reference, bring the Ace Beam Rider RX out here. It is the RX, correct? Yeah, Rider RX out here. And as you can see, I think they'll all fit out here. This is pretty comparable from the smaller size. Both of these are AA, just a different type of housing that you see on the Rider. So I just wanted to do those comparisons again to give you an idea of the size of this knife. As I mentioned, it is more full size than it is small size. Let's go ahead and take the weight, check the weight out. I do want to actually compare it to those full size lights too, because this does feel a bit heavier. So I think the M5 might be, let's see, a little bit lighter. I know I got the lanyard on here, so it's not apples to apples. So that's coming in at 4.1. The Warrior Mini 2 feels a little lighter. No, 4.2, so pretty much the same weight. It's going to be really hard to detect 0.1 ounces. So both of those 4.2, this has got to be over 5. Yeah, 9 ounces. That is a substantial difference in weight by comparison. And just in case you have the Olight arc field, this one here is kind of more of a rectangular shape. That one's coming in at 3 ounces. This is definitely lighter than all of them. So again, just a quick comparison to kind of show you the differences in the weight on those so that you have an idea. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the flashlight itself. Again, it is heavy for its size, 9 ounces. It's full stainless steel. This one here has the DLC coating, which is very nice looking. I personally like the band here in the middle to kind of break it all up. It's very straight and straight through in design, so ergonomically it's very comfortable to hold. Again, nice weight to it. You have only the top switch. On the back, you have the option for the lanyard without the magnet, or it comes with the magnet. I will throw some B-roll on there. It works okay. I do question a little bit because like this tail switch here has the magnet on it, and I didn't bring a pocket knife over here to really kind of demonstrate that. I probably should have. So what I'll try to do, I'll try to get some B-roll of me doing that on the desk so you can kind of see how it compares. So it does have the option to replace the cap, to put the magnet on the back, or to take it off depending on how you're carrying it, what you're using it with. It does have the option for both the storage while it's docked here, but it also did come with, and I'll encourage you to go to my unboxing for this one because it comes with a lot. It came with like a slide-in pouch, which I think is more for the accessories and less for the flashlight, but it came with like an external charger with the cord to charge it, or you can plug the cord up and charge it directly in the flashlight. The reason I like that is because if you wanted to order another battery, you could charge that battery in that charger and keep this one in here so that you're able to use that, especially if you use flashlights a lot. Maybe you do some type of security, maybe you're working in the evenings or daylight savings, something like this will come in handy. It also comes with a sheath. That is very nice because it has the belt hole on it. But if you don't like that, you can carry it with the pocket clip, which does fine. It slides in and out of the pocket well. What I will say is the retention on it is not very good. And I did bring my actual art company pouch to kind of demonstrate that. You can see it goes in very well, but as far as retention, it's not very good. It already slid to the end without any effort whatsoever. So this is more kind of to clip it so that it doesn't fall in the pocket so you can pull it out. But if you're active and you're moving around, it's not going to work that well. Into the beams. Let's get into the beams. I believe this is locked. It is 5 clicks to lock, 5 clicks to unlock. So you can see, oh, I'm sorry, I did unlock it for the video. I couldn't remember. So that is locked. At least we demonstrated that. And then to unlock it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it does flash to let you know that it's out. It does have multiple beams here. So you just click and it'll change the brightness. And I apologize if that's washing it out. So that is the lowest setting on the regular setting. You hold to cut it off and then double click and hold, and it'll go to moonlight setting here, and you have, I think, 4 options in moonlight setting. So this is the lowest, and then you click to cycle through each one of the brightnesses for moonlight. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so just 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then back down to the lowest. Hold to cut it off. Hold to cut it back onto the bright settings. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back to the original. So 7 brightness modes in total. Hold to cut it off. I think you hold to get it to do SOS mode. So warning for my folks out there that are sensitive to flashing lights. Double click and hold on the second click. It'll go into SOS mode. Nope. Is it triple? Oh, it's triple click. Apologies. So triple clicking goes to SOS mode. There's no ultra bright. It's just when you hold and cut it on, you can cycle to the brightest setting. Oh, I went into... apparently you can double click from any mode and it'll go into the moonlight settings. But again, hold on. 3, 4. So 4 is the brightest setting on this flashlight. It is a little confusing at first, but it does work very well. I think there we go. I do like that a lot. The tail cap, I'm a little blind now from the brightness. Woo. But it does have just enough clearance so that you can unscrew it. If you wanted to, you can remove the pocket clip for the sheath. It is a bit of a finger magnet, but it's not awful. I will also mention it came with extra grommets here for the light and for the battery housing. It is rocking a 18650 3.6 volt. Again, this battery itself is rechargeable. I think that's 500 charges, I guess. Is that right? I'm not 100% sure, but a very common battery, very easy to get. And the fact that it came with 2 different types of chargers is nice because it gives you that backup option to be able to charge an extra battery externally in case you do use your lights a lot, things of that nature. The Ion X, I honestly, truthfully thought, and I should have brought this out when I was talking about it, I thought it was going to be more in line with the Rider X. And the reason I say that, I didn't pay attention to the specs, it's totally my fault, but I have the Dapper Design Ion, the original one here, and this is the original, and you can see it's very similar in design aesthetics. It does have the same hole here. I actually ripped this out by accident, and I have not been able to find or locate where it went to, but it's the same port. And as I mentioned, I expected it to be the X because the Ion is so much smaller. I expected the Ion X just to be, you know, i5T Rider X sized. I didn't expect it to be quite so large. I kind of wished it was more this size, because that's really what I was looking for, was something for my pouches and less something that I use around the house to go out on walks with, take on vacation, so that at night we're going out to the beach to look at the crabs and stuff. Just some fun stuff to do with the kids and the family. I was definitely looking for more something along this lines. Having said that, is it worth the price of admission? It's 9 ounces versus the just over 4 ounces of the M5 and the Warrior Mini 2. The Warrior Mini 2, the M5, and the Ion X all made overseas. You do have, I think, all of them taking the same battery, if I recall correctly. I'm just going to double check that for us really quick. Yeah, so same thing here. It's the 18650 battery, rechargeable. The O-Lite and the M5 are aluminum housing, which is going to dissipate heat really well. The Ion X is full stainless steel with DLC coating. Having said that, the Kickstarter price, if I recall correctly, was like $110. I believe both of these flashlights on the table that are very comparable are like 90 bucks. So it's a little bit more expensive for the Ion X. I will say that you do get a little bit more with the Ion X. You just get the charge cable, which is magnetic for both of these. They do magnetize there, and you charge it, and you get the lanyard leash, and that's really it. With this one, you get the sheath, you get the external charger, the cable, you get the extra grommets. And again, I encourage you to go back to the unboxing to see everything that came with it. So you do get a little bit more for about $20 more, but I think I would probably say of these, I really like the, going in the wrong side here, I really like the Mini Warrior X2 for the size. I like because it has the thinnest profile, but it's still taking the same battery. It has both the side switch and the tail switch, which the M5 also has, but the Ion X does not. But as far as like the design, the throw, I would say that you have more of a narrow light path. Let me see if I can get this to... Oh, is it the tail switch? I always mix these two up. So this one has a little bit of a wider beam, whereas the O-Lite is more narrow. So I guess depending on what it is that you want, you will just need to take that into consideration. I think they have 3 brightness settings on here. Oh, that's on off, sorry. 2, wait, 1, 2, 3, wait. What am I doing wrong here? Is it hold on the Mini? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 3 settings on the Warrior Mini. And then you can cut it off from the tail switch, on and off from the tail switch. I think this is the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 on the power tech. So you get 4 and 3, get a wider beam, a more narrow beam. I feel like it's a little bit more compact on the Mini 2. The magnet charger goes on the back versus the side, which I think cleans it up a little bit. Both are very tactile. I just can't justify the price of the Ion X, plus the size, I think, is what really threw me off. I like it a lot. It's really heavy. It is a fingerprint magnet. Now they do have a stainless steel one that's uncoated, which is fine as well. But I just think it weighs a lot, and it's unnecessarily oversized. I think they could have made this like a AA flashlight, and they could have easily thrown in a rechargeable light battery instead of the AA light, and it would have been more appealing in my opinion. So for me, I would recommend spending your money on the Warrior Mini 2, or if you don't like the size of the Warrior Mini 2, I really do like the Baton 3. It kind of gives you the same form factor and functionality, and almost as equally a bright of a throw, but it's much more compact and much more EDCable in my opinion. So if we're going in order of sizes here, let's do it this way. I do like the Baton 3 because it's the thickness of like the i5 and the Olight. I'm sorry, the Ace Beam, but it's more compact. So you could get this in a pouch or an organizer, and it's going to take far less room. So I like these options a little bit better from Olight. I also like that Olight continues to really up their quality. Although I will say the Ace Beam Rider X, this one has been my most carried and my favorite. I just think that the Olights are a little bit more refined here as of late, especially with the color options. You get a little bit more selection with the options and the colorways, and then they do frequent sales where you can do combo packs and get things with it. It's not to say that I don't think this is well made, and again, it's not to say that I don't recommend it if you like the weight and the size and all the options that you're getting with it. I'm just saying, for me, I would probably go with the Olights. But let me know what you think about the Ion X. Did anyone pick it up? I am curious to hear your feedback, thoughts, and everything of that, and what maybe some advantages and disadvantages are of it. Shout out to everyone out there that leaves the likes, the comments, that is subscribes. I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.